The oil and natural gas stocks have just been spindled, mutilated. I mean, they've been driven down so hard that at this point, some of them, well, they look incredibly attractive, either as takeover targets or fantastically cheap growth stocks. And natural gas is a growth business. These equities have been singed, burned if you own them on the way down. But now, at least, a few of them have become so statistically cheap, we're focused on them. Last night we did Chesapeake. That's statistically cheap. One of those that has become a gigantic buy after endless hedge fund selling, as many of them own this stock, is Ultra Petroleum, long one of our favorites, UPL. Why is it our favorite? Because we know, great wildcatter, one of the lowest cost producers of natural gas in the country. It costs this company just $2.51 per million cubic feet compared to $5.44 per million cubic feet for its peers. Why does that matter? Because this stuff is about 6.7 right now. So you just have to do the math, okay? Ultra Petroleum has come down from 102 to 46. That is not a split. If you look at the recent natural gas acquisitions, how they were valued based on the reserves, I mean, UPL would be worth $57.79 right now. That's an 11-point premium to the current price in acquisition, but it's a lot more if we just give it some time. Regardless of its attractiveness to others, it should be attractive to you. Listen to these growth numbers. Tell me if you're getting this from other companies. It's been growing reserves at 29% a year, growing production at 43% a year. It plans on maintaining 33% production growth through 2010. This company is not entirely dependent on the price of the commodity for its growth. It has production growth and reserve growth. I got this from Investors Business Daily years ago. That's what put me onto the stock. UPL's average reserve life of 20 years is 7 years above the median for the group and has a pretty good balance sheet for an independent exploration and production company. With a debt-to-capitalization ratio of 22%. It's pretty conservative compared to the group average of 40%. I like that. UPL's debt doesn't mature for a while. Some comes due in 2015. We're focused on that, too, because of Chesapeake, and the rest in 2018. So it's got a lot of time and doesn't need financing. That's really important. A lot of these guys keep issuing stock when they were going up. I don't expect that from UPL. Now, frankly, you shouldn't be able to buy UPL this cheaply, given the cleanliness of natural gas, the possibility it will be the bridge fuel to other even cleaner fuels, and the need for American energy independence. The decline in natural gas prices has taken its toll in the stock, and I think perhaps too much of a toll. And now if it doesn't go higher on its own, I believe, well, I got to tell you, that the market's just not making any sense. But before you agree with me, let's hear from Ultra Petroleum CEO Mike Watford, friend of Mad Money, about the state of his company and the business. Mr. Watford, welcome to Mad Money.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate the invitation.
All right, now let's go over some things. Can you first tell us the sensitivity of your business to the price of natural gas? Do we make some good money if natural gas stays at between 6 and 7?
Oh, we make a tremendous amount of money. As you just shared, our all-in costs are about half what the industry peer group is. So we make tremendous returns, both cash flow and net income at $6 gas. And probably more importantly, from an exploration production company valuation, is net asset value. And our net asset value at year-end 07, with year-end 07 reserves and $6 long-term gas price, was over $10 billion. And you can see that our market valuation is well short of that today.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great quandary to me, but the whole group got taken down by what I regard as willy-nilly selling. Can you tell us about Pinedale and why no one talks about this play? We hear about Barnett and Marcellus. We hear about all these different shales that, frankly, don't seem to have anywhere near what you've got in Pinedale.
Well, I don't know if I can answer the question as why no one's talking about Pinedale anymore, but a few basic facts. Pinedale is the third or fourth largest natural gas field in America today. It is a tremendous resource. It's contained within a small acreage position, only about 60,000 acres. Ultra is the dominant position there. Shell and Quest are our partners. We easily think we have upwards of 14 trillion cubic feet of gas there. It's unconventional, it's tight gas, it's not shale gas, but we put our acreage position together 8-9 years ago. We are a very low cost basis. We're not out there paying huge premiums for leases. We control all the acreage with production, so we're not worried about trying to accelerate drilling just to make sure we save leases. So it's we have about 8% of the identified upside developed, so we still have 92% yet to go, which means lots of time for technology and improvement to recoveries to take place.
Do you hedge?
We do hedge. We have a policy going forward of having at least 50% of our production either with fixed price hedges or with firm transportation that takes our gas to a myriad of other markets.
Now, I have to ask this just because of what happened with Aubrey McLennan, who I regard as a friend, and Bob Simpson, who we've had on XTO. How much UPL do you own, and are you buying UPL on margin?
I own 2 million shares outright and have several million more options. No, I have no margin accounts. I have no personal debt, period.
Weren't you kind of surprised that some of these guys, I mean, these are great businessmen, Simpson and McLennan. I guess they just must have felt that natural gas would go through the roof? I don't get it.
Well, I'll let you comment on that one.
Fine, fair enough. Now, how about the fact that the country gave GM and Ford big loans without saying that they should try to make compressed natural gas engines? Why is it the country still, and neither major candidate seems to understand how much natural gas we have in this country, despite Boone Pickens' plan. When do you think the country will figure out that natural gas is the way to clean energy independence?
Well, clearly, it's a preferred energy source in terms of clean energy and very large resource base in America. We have over, I think, 100-year supply of natural gas in a recent article publication here, so there's no reason why it's not used for transportation fuels. But I think I think you've had Boone Pickens here before, and he's laid out his strategy of wind energy and natural gas taking over transportation. But neither political candidate seems too focused on what's economically doable. Absolutely.
Mike Watford, thank you for telling it straight. You've done a great job with your company. Good to have you on Mad Money.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, you know, with the mogul's gone wild, it's dinged XTO and it's dinged Ultra. You just heard there's a man who owns a lot of stock, not a penny of it on margin, doesn't have any debt. I say hallelujah. I say buy Ultra. Stay with Cramer.